Welcome to Stay Paid. Today we are answering your burning questions in real estate, business, marketing, and more. On these episodes, we take live calls from listeners of Stay Paid. If you want to have your question answered live on the show, make sure to follow us on Instagram. We are at Stay Paid Podcast. Send us your questions there, or you can go to remindermedia.com/ask, and we'll get you scheduled here on the show. My name is Josh Stike, Chief Marketing Officer at Reminder Media, joined as always by Luke Acree, President of Reminder Media. And joining us today is Donna.
Hi.
Out of Ohio. Welcome, Donna.
How we doing, Donna?
Pretty good. And you today?
We are doing fantastic. Even better now that you are on. What can we help you with? What's your question?
I have recently acquired our family business. And for the last 4 years, I've been working in it full time.
Okay.
And we're really well established in the community. My father started our agency in 1968. So we're established. We're using the Reminder Media magazines and sending out to our established book of business. We're getting good feedback from that.
Nice.
But now I want to focus more on some growth. And I'm looking to know how to generate some high quality leads, not purchasing them because it seems that those just do not pan out well for people. So with everything evolving digitally, what strategies do you recommend for generating better, more reliable leads today?
I love that question. I love how Josh chuckled when you asked for higher quality leads because I was like, what?
Can we get some of those?
Yeah. I think everybody wants higher quality leads. Give us a little background on the agency. What are you selling? Is it property casualty? Is it health and life? And then how big is the agency? Like how many clients and stuff like that do you have?
Okay. I mainly sell property and casualty, excuse me,
Okay.
homeowners and autos,
Yep.
I'm trying to get into more commercial.
Okay.
And my daughter just got licensed in her license in health and life
Okay.
and health, right? For that license. So
Okay. Where do your
she's
leads come from right now? Where do they usually come from?
referrals, personal, of our
Fantastic.
customers. Um, we have our website. We're members of the Chamber of Commerce. People
Okay.
go there and get those types.
So you're doing multiple lead gen strategies, which is great. And then how many leads would you say you're getting a month?
Right now, this month's been outstanding. We've gotten like 30. I mean, for us, 30. I've written 30 new policies.
That is awesome. So 30 new closed deals. That's clients. But do you know how many leads?
Let's see, what have I had? Probably about 45 people.
Okay.
On the leads.
Okay. And when you're looking at those 45, most of those have come in through referrals or your connections with like the Chamber of Commerce and stuff like that?
Yeah, and
Okay.
the website when they Google, because we have the Google whatever business page,
Yep.
and they'll tell us how many people come and go through that and
Yeah.
everything. So
Love it. Okay, so that's great background. And then I think, for all of us, there's, a certain amount of ways you can generate leads, and then you have variations of those categories that you can go after. So like paid would be a category that you could go after, right? So you could advertise on Meta, Facebook, and Instagram. You
Yep.
could advertise through Google's pay-per-click or keywords. We have found that Google is higher quality. More
Okay.
expensive. I would probably start there if I were you because you already have a flow of leads coming in, which means you have a good profile, and people are already naturally searching you, so that's going to help just even elevate that. So getting on Google and advertising there for keywords. I'm assuming insurance is probably going to be decently expensive, especially property casualty, because you're going to be going up against some of the bigger players. So you'll have to watch that from a cost of acquisition standpoint. Facebook, if you choose to run ads on Facebook or Instagram, like if we ran the ads for you at Reminder Media, are going to be top of funnel to middle of funnel leads. So they're going to require nurturing. So if you choose to go the Facebook and Instagram route, usually conversions that we see for people with like a Facebook lead would be around 3%, 1 to 3%. On Google, you might get like 5% is what we're seeing. So that gives you an idea of you're still going to get a lot of leads that are going to take a lot of work and nurturing. So that's one category you could go down. The second category is what I call is like doubling down on like your content marketing. And specifically, like, are you on Instagram posting organically, LinkedIn posting organically? Are you doing that?
We do Instagram. We post out on our website. I have not done LinkedIn yet.
Okay. So like your social and content strategy, I think is, probably another pillar that you want to build out. And so the way to think about this is like for your Instagram, for your Facebook, the truth is the majority of what you're going to be posting is just about your everyday life, because that's how people are going to connect with you. So your personal life on Facebook, using a Facebook personal profile, have the business page, just nobody engages with the business page. So that's going to be more of a business card. It's really your personal page that you want to go get up to 5,000 friends on your personal page. And the way to do social well is to share about your life and engage with people about their life. So don't just be a lurker on social, actually engage. And so every day I would spend 5 minutes engaging with people in your feed, commenting, stuff like that, because now that's going to get your content out. People are going to start seeing you in the algorithm. And then you can also post the classic, educational content. So there's educational content that with insurance for property casualty that you can be posting. I don't know if you use our social media library or not, but we have some educational content and some different articles in there that you can post within your Reminder Media account that you can share. But the key is going to be consistency of your posting. And then if you can, I would also translate this content strategy of like, okay, I'm posting on social, I'm engaging with people, to my actual blog. And on your website, you'll have a blog, and that blog is going to help you from an SEO standpoint and call it AI, search optimization standpoint. AI has gotten so good that I would encourage you with your blog, take it to the AI and have the AI rewrite your blog to be AI optimized and post it up on your site. And then last but not least, a big pillar that people don't do, and we don't do this at Acree Brothers, but we should, is YouTube. So we have one agent on the team that's doing YouTube well, but YouTube, I am hearing more and more for local businesses, has become extremely valuable from a content standpoint and a lead gen standpoint, especially if you own the YouTube channel around your town. So where are you based out of again?
Clarksville, Ohio. It's Wilmington. We are like 30 minutes from Cincinnati.
Yep.
And 30 minutes to Dayton.
So videos like what you need to know for home insurance in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
The major traps people fall into for their car insurance in Cincinnati, Ohio. And you're literally adding, it's educational content on what you're selling and what you're helping people with, but it's tagged with your actual local place.
Okay.
So it helps you show up more. And then twofold, show up, one, in the LLMs from an AI standpoint, but then also naturally when people are searching on Google, it's going to show up because YouTube owns Google. But I would, to step back and summarize for you, I think you're doing a ton of things well, especially because you've built a great agency off of word of mouth and relationships. So don't stop that. Keep going there. I would add two pillars. I would add a paid pillar, and I would get up, start paying for Google, and track, am I starting to generate more leads on Google and for how much money? And then I would start content marketing more than you are today. I would start putting out content. And most people get content marketing wrong because they go totally product-based. I would go personal.
Okay.
Like I would literally go try to friend and be out in my community from a Facebook standpoint, friend-wise. That's what I would do. I don't know if you have anything to add, Josh.
The one thing I would just mention is on your Google profile, I think I have it pulled up here correctly, James Widerhold Insurance.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely focus on your Google reviews. It
Okay.
looks like you have 25. I would get that up to at least 100
Okay.
plus Google reviews. So focus on those clients that you've worked with. Usually right after the transaction is going to be the best time to get them to give a review because they felt like you've just helped them. And you can give them a link directly to your review. Make sure you're calling out what you want to be known for in the review. So this is something we just started doing, and I've been going through this process of having AI help our business with optimizing for search and what's called AEO. So it's the AI engine optimization. And that was a big thing, was making sure that your reviews relate to your value proposition or your marketing messaging. So we're really focusing on relationship first marketing and helping our clients with that. Obviously, we believe in lead gen, we believe in email nurturing, believe in social media presence, but relationship first marketing is what we are really trying to help our clients with. So we've even begun mentioning that to our clients after we've helped them. And Phoenix, shout out to Phoenix, if I know she listens to the podcast, she's been doing a great job at basically getting people to mention some of those things. So our reviews are coming in now saying Reminder Media helps me stay top of mind with my past clients. Reminder Media helps me with my referral business. And they're genuine reviews, but they're geared towards, what we want to be found for, what we want to be known for. So definitely work on that, because the more that you can get, like, you'll push this 1-star review. It's one of the featured reviews on your page. You'll push that off that page. You'll get some real good reviews from people. That's a huge trust signal. The other thing, real quick, just because I have your Google page pulled up, your website links to your Facebook page. So that's something to watch out for. A lot of times that lowers people's trust. Facebook is great for, being out there and having a social media presence. But when linking from your Google review, make sure you're linking to your actual website. Because I think I have your website pulled up here and it looks good. That'll just help build trust with people and then get people into your funnel easier, because Facebook's not for converting, but you can optimize your website for converting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are two really big things in the digital space. Would be just get your Google page optimized. You can ask ChatGPT to help you optimize it. And then the other thing would be focus on those reviews.
I am struggling to find you on Instagram as well, but I am typing in your agency name and nothing's coming up. So that's something to look at, like in your content strategy. And, I didn't tie it like I should have, in the sense of, Josh, you mentioned email. Your content strategy and everything you're doing, one of the main results you're going for is to get people's email addresses so you can build your email list, so you can drip on that. So that's one of the main reasons you would do content or you would do paid, because not all paid is going to convert, right? Only 3 to 5% going to convert. The rest will be drip contacts for you that you can drip on. Do you have an email newsletter that goes out weekly?
No.
Okay.
But I can. Can be easily done.
Yeah, I would definitely. You don't have to start with weekly, but maybe at least bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks, have an email that goes out, because everybody who's listening to this, right? It's like the goal in business is to get known, like, and trusted to your ideal audience. So when the time arises where they need your service, they think of you and they use you. And so ultimately, all you're trying to do to oversimplify it for people and just not overwhelm you is like, okay, all I need to do is build my list and get in front of that list. Well, how do I build that list? Well, there's a multitude of ways. You've done the best way. Let me start with all the people I know and just actually get out in front of them. Let me join the Chamber of Commerce. Like, you've done amazing in that regard. So now if you turn on paid, the whole purpose of paid is just to build your list. Hey, all the people who come into paid is going to go into my list, and some will convert right away. Some I will drip on with my email newsletter or Reminder Media magazines or whatever I have in my drip. And then the same for when I do my content. I'll be doing content and people can subscribe to my blog. People can subscribe, to maybe on Instagram. I run a poll and I get people, hey, are you spending less than X on your car insurance, or whatever that big pain point is? If you're spending more than Y on your home insurance, comment below, let me know what you're spending, and just you get people to engage on your stories or on your Instagram, and now you have a way to talk to them in the chat, eventually get their email list so you could send them a quote.
Okay.
Type idea.
I don't even know that I would I'll be honest, I don't know I'd focus on Instagram right now. I think you have a lot on your plate. YouTube was a great suggestion because it's so educational based. And you have a really big opportunity to improve your digital presence. For what if you focus on your Google page, get that up to date, get your website in order, get some of this educational material out there, you will build. You have a list, and you're going to build a list through conversions on your website, and that's where all of that educational content is just going to be gold, for your area.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'd never thought of YouTube using it that,
I'm hearing it more and more as I talk to. It's the second most used search platform.
Is it?
Right
Wow.
now, next to Google. So, and Google owns YouTube, but and people search with intent. You're usually going to YouTube intentionally searching for something, versus Facebook. If you run an ad on Facebook or Instagram, you're interrupting them. So that's what I would do. But yeah, awesome. Donna, really appreciate you being a client. Appreciate you coming on. Great work building the agency. I mean, I think you have plenty of room. You're getting 40 something leads, and that means you're doing relationship marketing extremely well already. Mm-hmm. Add these components, it will take it to the moon.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to ask this question. I've gotten a lot of information down, and
reach out to us because our marketing executives and stuff like that, we can help you start implementing some of this stuff. So if you feel like, hey, I need some help implementing them, just let us know. You can hit Chris up, who's helping you kind of book you on the show, and we can get on with you and help you implement some of this.
All right. I just got this plan now. Now you have to work it.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the hard part.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's easy to say, we've got a marketing plan, but if we don't do anything with it.
Yeah. And too many people just don't do anything. That's the problem. And too many people just don't do anything now. But yeah, take action. Start, like Josh said, start with the reviews. Start with getting some content out there on YouTube. And then I would put some money behind your Google spend. I would do that, is what I would do if I were you. If you're looking to get paid leads, that's where I would go.
Awesome. Good luck, Donna.
You, Donna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
for
having me. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for the information.
Bye. Awesome. There you go. Make sure to get your questions answered live here on Stay Paid. You can go to remindermedia.com/ask, and we will get you scheduled here on the show. Joining us next, Mahogany. Mahogany out of, I had your location pulled up. I have to get back to it. Let's see, Mahogany. Can we do it? Connecticut, right?
Yes, New Haven, Connecticut.
I didn't even look. I knew it. I remembered it. Mahogany at Connecticut. Welcome to Stay Paid.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me on the show. This was totally out of the blue, and I'm happy to be here.
That's awesome.
It was last minute, I know. Thank you for joining us today. What can we help you with?
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm a new agent. I got licensed in August 2025, and the number one challenge that I've been facing, and I know a lot of people just in multiple industries are facing this problem, but time management. How does a newer agent prioritize their day, their schedule? I feel like I don't have enough hours in the day, to just keep moving forward. But what should I be doing?
Amazing question.
Cody, Steven, what
yeah.
So I always like to ask, so I guess, what are you currently doing? So you're saying hey, my time's taken up, I'm doing so much, and you wear so many hats. So what do you focus on right now?
Yeah, thanks for asking that, Cody. Right now, I'm focused on outreach, reaching out to first-time home buyers. And I also, with being on the one team, we have the Zillow Flex. So I get a lot of incoming pings, if you will, for new leads, just looking in my sphere. But reaching out to those people.
Love it. Awesome. And then you guys use a CRM, I assume. What CRM do you use?
Yes, Follow Up Boss.
Follow Up Boss. Nice. All right. And how good are you at setting tasks?
I am not good at all.
So one thing, just a quick snippet there. would be what we do in our team. Every lead has to have a note and a task and a stage on every single lead that you have claimed, because that is going to be your guiding system on who to follow up, when to follow up with, and what to follow up about. So that is your keys to success, because you're going to talk to a lot of people and you're not going to remember a lot about what you talked about. And you're going to save yourself time, but also give yourself the confidence on why you're following up with them. So step number one, like today, go through every single one of your deals and make sure they have a good note, a task, and you have to re-listen to the call, and a stage on each one of them. So that's one way to systematize it. And second, how is your Google Calendar blocking abilities right now?
Uh, they are not perfect. When it's something like this, though, it shows up great. I set a couple alerts. I'm good to go. But, showings and who to follow up with when, what to follow up with where, I'm not
Yeah.
good at like prioritizing my time that way.
Yep. So, because you seem, Mahogany, really, really smart, and I'm sure you've got like
Thank
a
you.
game plan in your head, but you need to put it down on a calendar. So, like,
Right.
every single day, you should, like this week, you should already know what each day looks like. Now, does those days change? Of course they do. We're in real estate,
Right.
right? Like, we're going to be moving around all the time, but you have a certain game plan every day already mapped out. And then when things change, we just move the calendar around, because we know the most important thing you mentioned, the number one thing you already do is outreach, right? That is the number one thing that we do, is
Right.
we connect with our clients. But now we need to put pen to paper, or keystrokes to the computer, right? So we need to put that
Right.
into a calendar, to then have a really set plan. And my first advice would be your 8:30 to 12 o'clock every day, which should never change, is your outreach and your prospecting time. You put that, you cement it, and then you always try to do your appointments in the afternoons. Again, that will change, but your main focus every single day for the rest of your career, doesn't matter what stage you're at, should always be prospecting. Now, prospecting will change as far as your sphere or, different lead sources. But at the start for you, it's going to be like, I need to get to know as many people as I possibly can. So I would go in, you set your time block for 9 to 12, at least for prospecting. And then obviously you would plan out the rest of your day, but you should have that a week in advance. And then every morning and every afternoon you review it. So in the morning you
Right.
do it to see what the day looks like. And at the end of the day, you go, what did I do in this calendar that I actually did, and what didn't I do? And then you're going to update that. And if you do that every day, you can then look back on the past week and say, hey, where did my time go? Because a lot of times I'm in these coachings with agents and they're like, man, I'm so busy. And I know they are. I'm like, I know you're busy, but I can't help you because it shows that you did the prospecting and you didn't. So, like, if you really want me to help guide you on where we're spending our time, I have to be able to track and know that by your Google Calendar. So, which is why it's imperative every morning and every evening we're checking it and we're setting it the week prior.
Yeah. And how new of an agent did you say you were, Mahogany?
Thank you, Cody, for that answer. But Steven, so I started August 2025.
August 2025. Yeah. So you're brand new.
Yes.
So another thing that you need to do with that, because you need to absolutely take that system, but you're probably not tracking your business, which is, all the new agents on our team, this is the struggle point. We tell them when we're interviewing them that, your first 6 months in the business, you're going to look at your paychecks that are coming in and you're going to go, man, this doesn't even compare to my last job. You know what I mean? I made more money at a stable job than I did in real estate, right? Which then the emotions of that, come back to you and go, man, I'm lost, right? So then the time blocking and everything like that just becomes very confusing because you're emotionally drained. And so what you need to do to solve that problem is you need to track your business, which means that Cody could give an example of this guy on our team, Noah Gatto, right? And every single week we would show him, hey, this is how many you have in your pipeline, but they won't be fulfilled for another year, right? Your lead measures and your lag measures in real estate are so far apart. You do the activity now, you're looking at 6 to 12 months before the results come in. And so you just need to track as well the number of signed agreements that you have with your buyers, the number of appointments that you've set, the appointments that you've met with, and how many of those turned into actual conversions of contracts, so that it can give you encouragement to know what I'm doing now is actually working, because it may be working and you may just not see the results of it yet, but you would probably say, I have no clue. Right. And so you absolutely just make sure you track everything that you're doing, not just the Google calendars, not just the time, spent on lead generation, but how many appointments were set, how many appointments you met with, and how many signed agreements you got. That will give you a lot of encouragement going forward.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I have a fresh new outlook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like to simplify it in a really easy way is get your files updated with tasks and notes, stages, get your Google Calendar time blocking set. You should have it set for the week. And then lastly, track your numbers. When you send an appointment, are they showing up? Are you signing them and not? And keep that tally. So it's really like, it sounded like a lot, like we just talked for a little bit, but it's really three relatively simple things. Note and task your file, Google Calendar blocking, and track your numbers. If you do those three things, like you're going to feel so much more confident and like, all right, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm sure that's where you're at now. It's like, I'm doing so much, but I don't know how well I'm doing, or it feels like I know you're feeling, I've been there. And so the thing that gives you the most confidence of like, dang, all right, I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just knowing that stuff. And if you know that, that is going to give you so much confidence to your day of what you need to do.
Love that. Mahogany, have they told you from the one team what they expect, like what you can expect weekly, what you should do?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I still find it just complex, I suppose, to manage the 24 hours that God has given me. And also, the emotions, like Steve said, of just moving forward and feeling like I'm actually moving forward and not just kind of turning the hamster wheel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like your pain point also potentially could be is you need to make sure you have kind of the accountability partner walking alongside you. So make sure you take advantage. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So make sure you take advantage of the management there. I personally know the one team because I know Byron.
Yes.
Well, right. So I know Byron and you
so
guys, you guys run a killer team. I think you're the number one team in Connecticut.
Yes, we are.
So you guys run a killer team, but you need to make sure that you take advantage of all the sales management in place and the people there to help guide you. Because a lot of it sounds like is you know what to do, but it's like so overwhelming and emotional. Am I doing it right? Am I not doing it right? So a lot of it is the probably the just checking in, encouragement, and don't be shy. People who are shy, well, I shouldn't say this, but yeah, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I'll say that. Yeah.
No, I agree, definitely. Yeah. And the one team is great. There are a lot of resources, but exactly that, I just feel like, am I doing the thing?
Yeah, the biggest mistake people make, I see it at Reminder Media, I see it in all my ventures of life, is that they're waiting for someone to tell them what to do, and they're waiting for somebody to say it's okay. And the winners, the one who win, they always call it thinking out of the box, but truly what it is they were just willing to actually ask. They were willing to just say, well, this is what I need, so I'm going to go ask for it. This is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm going to go do it. I don't know if it's right or not, but I'm not going to wait for somebody's approval to tell me that I'm doing it the right way or not, because guess what? You'll get the approval. If you step out and start doing it, they'll tell you right away if you are. And so I would just encourage you there is that it sounds like that's probably like a little bit of where your mind's at is like, okay, I'm doing stuff, but I just don't know if I'm actually doing it right or not. Well,
definitely.
Speak
I'm sure that's going to resonate with so many people. Like so many people are exactly where you're at. And you did the first thing that Luke said is ask, and you came on here. So good job.
Right. In front of all these people, I'm just like, you know what? This is something that we all deal with. Let me just ask this question. Right. Let me be the person that reaches out. Yeah.
Yep.
Love it. Thank you so much.
And remember, sales solves all pain. So prospect. When all else fails, just realize the only thing you really need to be doing all day long is prospecting at this stage of the game. That's really where it's at. So
yes, sir.
Love it.
Thank you guys so much for bringing me up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Right.
Great stuff, boys.
There you go.
It's like you've done real estate before or something. I don't know.
Just once or twice, just got $1 million under contract this month. So.
Did your moms always tell you the squeaky wheel? My mom always said the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
My mom used to say that, but I never really understood it until I've gotten into leadership. And you hate to say it, but the people who speak up and push for what they want are the people who get it. And you like, and it's sad because the person who maybe is the better person for it just has not spoken up, and it takes a really strong leader to deny the squeaky grease or squeaky wheel, the squeaky wheel person. But it's just so true. Speak up for yourself. Ask,
there you go.
Move.
Speaking of speaking up, you can come live here on the show and get your questions answered and speak up. Go to remindermedia.com/ask, and we will get you scheduled here on the show. Thank you so much for listening. You can dive deeper into this episode, get the video and any show notes over at staypaidpodcast.com. Of course, you can also get your questions answered live if you go to remindermedia.com/ask. If you enjoyed this episode and want to share your support, go to YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give this episode a thumbs up. And the best way to help out the show is simply share this with somebody that you know. For this episode of Stay Paid, I'm Josh Stike.
Guys, I'm Luke Acree. Let us know in the YouTube comments if you like this or not. We want some feedback. We want to hear what you want more of, what you want less of. That is your action item. Go like the YouTube channel. Go let us know in the comments how we can improve the show. I would love to hear. The difference between a top producer and a mediocre producer is top producers take action. Take action on that today.